Alright, now watch me take the test again. Still answer the questions truthfully, whatever truth is, but interpret the questions in different ways and end up with a completely different personality type, thereby proving the meaninglessness of this test. If I play my cards right, I can pull off the rare triple major. So many people have told me it's impossible that I kind of have to do it at this point. If I hit philosophy in the mornings and physics in the afternoons, then that leaves the evenings free for some casual and carefree chemical engineering. Who knows, I might even be able to squeeze in a music minor on the weekends. Wow, how are you gonna keep up with all that homework? Homework? Is that like a requirement? On second thought, we dropping out. Time for me to organize my life. Time for me to burn down my life and start from scratch again. I don't know where Jason went. I was having a conversation with him about how nice it was that we could get together for this cookout to distract us from the fact that our lives are basically meaningless, and he just walked away. Yeah, maybe a destination wedding wasn't the best idea if I actually wanted people to attend. But what if I wanted to deal with fewer annoying relatives and have more people just sending me presents and money? Ever think of that? Does this mean companies will stop sending me lame emails now? I swear, if I get one more shoe store or candle company sending me an email telling me they're here for me in these unprecedented times, I'm gonna kirk out on someone. I don't think you actually want my advice. I think you just want me to validate you and tell you that you're in the right. Well, guess what? You're gonna have to argue your case a lot better, buddy. Don't come to Judge Judy and expect Oprah. Found out that my college roommate just earned his PhD. The guy's dumb as a box of rocks. The only reason he got better grades than me is because he played the teacher's games, not me. If a professor says something stupid, I'm calling him out.
So what do you do for a living?
Well, it's not a terribly simple question to answer. Now is it? Because do you just mean how do I make money? I make money in many ways. Or do you mean how do I fill up my life with good things? How do I actually make my life worth living? It's an entirely different question. So you're gonna have to define your terms here.
Oh, so you think I'm illogical and don't understand what I'm talking about, huh? I'm about to end this man's whole career.
If we give you the job, how much money will you make us? Well, that depends on what you mean by money. It isn't obvious to me that we're talking about the same thing.
I was only joking when I called you a stupid bitch. It's a term of endearment. I only use it with people that are closest to my heart. You stupid bitch. I'm sorry for arguing with you, officer. I mean, I'm not actually sorry for arguing with you because I was right, but I mean, I regret getting us into this situation. Ooh, I just had a spicy idea. On the car ride home, let's find something really trivial to argue about for no reason. Wait a second, I appreciate your input on how I can finish this project, but seeing as it's the stupidest idea I've ever heard, I'm gonna stop you right there and we're gonna move on. Your invitation said this is a holiday party, yet I only see one holiday represented here. Not that I care, but you really ought to be more precise in your speech. These books are at least 30% cheaper online, but if I don't patronize this bookstore, it's only a matter of time before my buying decisions, along with those of millions of other Americans, will lead to the ultimate demise of brick and mortar bookstores, and then I won't even have the option to come here and complain about how expensive the books are. I'm going to give 10 pieces of candy to this kid right here. It will then be up to him to distribute the candy to the rest of you as he sees fit. This is a social experiment, kids. One which you are most likely to fail.
My account says it has a balance of $17.
You have fraudulent charges?
No, I just haven't checked it in 3 years and I'm surprised that there's that much there.
What do you mean I can't set up a table out in front of the school with a big banner that says Dr. Jamerson is a terrible principal, change my mind? What's that, sir? A hair in your soup? Let me see. A long, wiry gray hair. From my years of watching CSI, I can tell, without even a DNA test, that the origin of this hair is your overly long beard, the terminus of which is 3 inches above your bowl. Okay, I'll try to be on my best behavior at your grandma's birthday party, but if your Aunt Hilda starts going on again about how Sean Connery was a better Bond than Roger Moore, I will come at her. I will kick the oxygen tank right out from under her. I can't imagine anyone smelling this and thinking, yep, that smells like autumn in the park. What kind of scam are you people running here? It's interesting to think of the hundreds, if not thousands, of strangers who have slept in this bed before me, making me feel strangely and uncomfortably connected with humanity as a whole. I'm telling you, I don't belong in therapy. I'm just here to figure out how to deal with all the nut jobs in my life who actually need it.
If you choose the right partner, marriage is an essential foundation in an otherwise fundamentally chaotic world. But if you choose the wrong partner, that's a disaster that could ruin your life. So, cheers to you, and here's hoping you chose correctly, and thank you.
Timmy, let me answer you candidly. The lesson we're going to learn today, trigonometry, is never going to come up again in your real life. But you need to pass this class so that you can eventually pass high school, so that you can go to college and take on massive amounts of debt, and then graduate from college and get a degree that is more or less worthless and that you'll never actually use again. But you need that degree to get a job, because you need a job to make money, because you need money to be a person and to live in today's society. So, Timmy, if you want to live, you need to learn trigonometry. How can I put my pain level on an accurate scale that will communicate anything meaningful to you? It would require me to understand the paradigm of all the pain that you see, which is a paradigm that I am not privy to. I went in to give the boss my 2 weeks notice, and apparently I offended him so much that he just gave me severance pay and told me never to set foot in the office ever again. How sweet is that? Modern humanity is fundamentally materialistic, which leads us to believe that the fundamental makeup of reality is material, which is not true. The fundamental makeup of reality is suffering and pain. And you might say, well, that's depressing and pessimistic, and it is. So that's why I'm a minimalist, bucko. All these people saying, thank God 2020's over, like that's the end of all the bad things going on. The universe is indifferent to our arbitrary calendar. Human suffering has no expiration date. Wake up, people. Wow. I know when I've been bested by a person more difficult than myself. The award for biggest pain in the butt goes to you. I am truly in awe of your tenacity. I've got a lot to learn. How are you liking this class? It's great, actually. I finally cracked open the textbook last night. Chapter 1 was riveting. You do know that we're taking the final today, right? That's impossible. If this is the final, then why haven't I turned in my thesis paper? Wait, what thesis paper? Uh-oh. How is Jenny higher up on the leaderboard than me? Great. One more data point so I can negatively compare myself to other people. Thanks, Peloton. I needed that. I'm not convinced that I did or said anything wrong, nor is it obvious to me that I even owe you an apology, but I'm very sorry. It will never happen again, whatever it is. Nothing you just said makes any sense whatsoever, but you know what? You're probably right. Like, what do I know? I'm not a smart man, Jenny. I'm Forrest Gump over here. I'd like to renew my driver's license, please. Sir, you don't have the correct identifying documents. It isn't entirely clear to me. Sir, this isn't something you can argue your way out of, so please, go get the documents and come back. Go. No. Please, don't make me do it, please. I don't want to. Please, you gotta help me out, please. No. No. No! The fact that our supplies are dwindling isn't what scares me. I mean, the human body can go without food for 3 weeks. No, what scares me the most is no one knows how long the human body can go without internet. We're in uncharted territory here. It's a rare condition where you talk so much that your brain can literally explode, but I don't really buy that. What do you think? Because to me it seems far more likely that you'd forget to breathe, oxygen deprivation and all that. But anyway, enough about me. How about another one of my witty observations? You are a garbage human, your mother probably never loved you, and your hair is a weird color. Oh, I can just renew the book instead of paying the 50-cent fine? Okay, I'll do that.
Good job. How much money will you make us?
Even playing this at double speed, this guy is talking way too slow. You know what? I might be wrong. Your argument is so compelling, I am sure you probably thought this through way more than I did. I can't believe she broke up with me. She kept saying I was too critical. And you know what? That's another thing I can't stand about her. Oh great, here comes Brenda, bringing her nasty, low-carb, gluten-conscious brownies to the PTA bake sale, even though she knows no one's gonna buy them because they taste like absolute Oh hey girl, those brownies look great.
So wait a second, y'all are gonna laugh at that joke, which is clearly inferior to the joke before it, which you did not laugh at. It's becoming clear to me that you all have a terrible sense of humor. Thank you. Good night.
Would any of us even know who the president was if it wasn't for 24-hour news coverage? Unless the president is going to pick up my dry cleaning for me, it doesn't matter who wins. That's a fair question, folks. If you vote for me, how will I make your life better than my opponent would? Well, that depends on what you mean by better. How come you guys charge $4 for a frickin' coffee? What makes it so special? Is it the beans, or is the high price to cover the extra time it takes you to burn the coffee? I know it's my turn to drive, but I'm just so sleepy even though I slept for the last 4 hours. It just wouldn't be safe, you know? You think I was crying just now? No way! Why would I do that? Just because our boss tore me to shreds at our quarterly review and I might lose my job? No, it's just allergies, man. I ran out of my Allegra D. Message, I'm extremely bored. One of you needs to entertain me. Now. Clap emoji, send. This life hack of only getting 3 hours of sleep a night is really hacking my life. How would I describe myself? Well, that depends on what you've already heard. Wow, a new way to fold cereal boxes shut. This is the absolute low point of my life. Hey Aunt Hilda, I'm just calling to say I'm sorry for getting into that big argument with you at the family reunion last summer. Even though your opinion was illogical and indefensible, I should have just kept my mouth shut and let you persist in your abject wrongness. I am so bored right now, I am about to start yelling out my window at people for being outside just to spice up my life a little bit. I suggested we fly to Las Vegas for a night of gambling, but she just wanted to go to happy hour, so I let her win. I haven't even met her yet, and she sounds like a snooze fest. Honestly, I haven't agreed with a single thing you've said all night, and I kinda like that. I start my profile off with a challenge. You aren't the one for me. Change my mind. So far, I haven't received any messages, so it's working like a charm to weed out the undesirables. My resolution is to be more awesome. I know what you're thinking. He was so awesome last year. How is he gonna top it this year? But trust me, I'll get it done. Passing the question on to you. What do you think about all this? Be sure to leave your thoughts in the comments below. I won't read them, of course, because I don't really care, but it helps the video rank higher in searches.